Okay, we sent out an email last night talking about a possible market meltdown, and if the market was going to melt down, we had a couple stocks that were really interesting for potential swing trades that could give a nice percentage gain in a very short period of time. And we rarely call swing trades, but if the market was going to melt down, we have a couple good ideas. Well, we had a couple good ideas on watch. This is what the SPY looked like, the S&P, not the best lines, but yesterday, well, the last few days we've been a little bit reticent to call anything. We've made a few calls, but you could see the SPY was heading back down to the lows of this range. It had tested it a few times, and sentiment was getting worse out there. Europe was sounding uglier, and so and this is how the market closed yesterday, the S&P. I mean, basically below any near-term support. And so we were thinking if we do get a meltdown, we've got a couple stocks that could give really nice bounces. Now, today was some strange action, but it was set to, the SPY was set to open around 108.35, so a significant gap down to about here, well below support. Now, here's a lesson that I told the members in our chat room. One thing you can't do is when the market opens below support like that is just assume the market's a short. Everybody sees that. Everybody sees that we're down below support, and the market never or almost never rewards doing what is painfully obvious, right? So if you were a brand new investor and you saw that that was gapping down, you might think, oh, that's an easy short. The market's never that nice. So we tried to take it very cautiously this morning. Now look at the SPY as I add in today's candle. There, see that gap down? Sold off a little bit and then just caught fire. So I'm going to talk about how we handled that today in our chat room. And there it is. See how it initially sold off? These are, to me, people trying to make that obvious money short in the market. These are 5-minute candles. There's the gap down. People start to short thinking it's easy money. The market just simply doesn't work that way. I think one of the first calls of the day was U.S. Steel. Again, this thing was one that we had on watch. Just down almost to the 2008 lows. I'll have to go way out here to show it to you. You can see down here it hit 16 something, I think, at one point, but it was getting there again. So this is one of them, zooming back in here, that we were watching. These are in a nice, strong, high volume daily candle there. This is one that if the market caught any traction, we were going to make a call in. Now, I didn't think it would be today, but when I saw the market turn this morning, I went ahead and called U.S. Steel, the letter X, right about there with a stop right below that candle there. So the entry was 19.16. The worst case stop was 32 cents below, never got hit. Ended up moving $2.32 by the close. Look at that rally at the close. But even before that, gave a nice rally. Las Vegas Sands, I called here at 37.06, right about here. LVS, the stop was also 32 cents below, and really within 30 minutes, this thing moved all the way up to 38.72, and I actually made a verbal, hey, it's a good idea to sell some right about there. Now, it ended up rallying real hard at the end of the day, but my reasoning here on this sell, okay, remember our entry was 37.06, about 30 minutes later. Anytime, and this is a good lesson for any trader, anytime you're in something, put a little arrow where we entered it, let's see, somewhere right about here, 37.06. Anytime you're in something and it starts to move in your favor, and then you get a long candle like this in your favor, and it's almost straight up, big volume, it's just, how do I put it diplomatically, plumb silly to not take some off the table. You know, a lot of people, when you first start trading and you're in something from here and you get a big candle like that, a lot of people grab a calculator and start to do the math on how much they're going to make when this goes to 40 or 45 or 50, because look how strong it is. I always tell our members in the chat room, whenever you start thinking about grabbing a calculator because something's working so nicely for you and you get a big move in your favor, let that trigger a new thought in your head, hey, let's take some off the table. Anytime you get a move like that in your favor, you're crazy not to sell some, in my opinion. So LVS, again, a very nice, over a $2 move in our favor on 32 cents risk. And then a different kind of trade, RIM was just falling off a cliff here, and I made one of our bottom feeding picks on an intraday basis when RIM was doing this. Called RIM at 1948, right about there. Worst case stop was only 20 cents below, didn't get hit. And you can see from 1948 over 21. So $1.58 move in our favor. Went to 21.06 on 20 cents risk. So, you know, I like the momentum plays, but I also like these intraday reversals. Those are the three big ones from today. And a lot of charts are pretty interesting now. Just quickly look at the SPY. After that gap down and now back up into that range, I mean, anything can happen. In one day, this excitement could be erased, but hopefully we've got a short-term bottom in. I mean, it basically had kind of panic buying going in, people thinking they missed the turn here. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Building a watch list for our chat room is going to be interesting tonight because so many charts look very similar now. You know, with that GM, Ford, with that big engulfing candle after the gap down, including the SPY itself. So anyway, I'm not going to babble anymore here. Just a really nice day, and hopefully we've got a short-term, medium-term, or long-term bottom in the market, because I think at heart I'm definitely a bull, and I'd like to see this market rally. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.